The question is, what do you need to know before buying or selling a home with an in-law unit?
So in-law units are something that we deal with a lot. I guess it's a relative term, right? Because there's not a lot of houses that have an in-law unit opportunity, but there's a lot of need for it, and understanding it is really critical when we have folks who are buying a property with multi-generation in mind, where they're intending to use an accessory unit as an in-law. And what are the requirements? So first and foremost, you have to normally appear before the town with a zoning hearing to apply for a in-law dwelling permit.
So if the house, you're talking if the house currently doesn't have one.
Even if the house has one. So that's one of the biggest misconceptions, Emilio, and we see it a lot even amongst the realtor community, is that in-laws are not able to be transferred. You still have to go to the town and actually have it approved. So a lot of agents, and any agents listening, one thing that we always caveat is that if you're listing a property with an in-law, you can't market it as having a legal in-law. Although yes, maybe it's currently used as a legal in-law, you have to make certain that a new buyer is going to go in there and get permission from the city or town to use it that way. So really, from an agent perspective, you should be marketing it as in-law potential.
You know what's funny is there's about 64 million Americans, as of 2016, the last time that we checked this, 64 million Americans, about 20% of all Americans live in a multi-generational home.
It's a higher percentage than I would have expected.
That's the highest percentage of the population it's been since 1950, when it was 21%. However, it was half of that of 32 million Americans, because population was pretty much half the size, right?
Yeah.
So
I wonder if that's not a function of the baby boomers aging.
Well, of course, the baby boomers aging and the greatest, was it called the greatest generation?
Yes.
Right, the greatest generation, they're living with the baby boomers,
Yeah.
or baby boomers are now living with Gen X.
Yep.
Back in 2017, the state law was changed that said, and correct me if I'm wrong, the state law was changed that said that you could have an auxiliary unit for anybody disabled or over the age of 62 that would be living with you without any special use permits or variances through that specific town. It's a state law.
I think that what still has to happen is that the use still has to be permitted by the town, and there are certain means of ingress and egress that normally do need to be adhered to.
Okay.
Which determines whether or not this is a unit within the confines of the home, or if this is truly an accessory type dwelling.
And I did hear that it does have to it does have to, what's what I'm looking for? It has to go with the local zoning ordinances as far as as far away from the setbacks from your neighbors or from the road, etc.
Right. I mean, for the most part, I don't see houses where a separate structure is being built as an in-law. It's usually within the confines of the home itself.